Hello again, everyone. Leon Thomas here with Miranda Kitterlin Lynch, and welcome to another episode of Checking In. Hey, Miranda, how are you?
I am so good, Leon. How are you? Tell me something great. Tell me something about racquetball.
You want to know about racquetball?
I do.
We're just having a great time with racquetball. We have 5 new kids in the last couple of weeks, which takes us to like 87. We're referring to the racquetball program in Baltimore, which is the largest youth racquetball program in the country, called Racquetball Revival. But it's more than racquetball. We offer tutoring and mentoring and so forth. In fact, check this out. Check this out. We'll give you like 30 seconds of the newest Racquetball Revival piece. Check it out.
Racquetball's great for kids and grown-ups too. Start out slow, make it easy for you. You'll have more fun when a friend joins in. So let the good times begin. Step on the court, let's play. Move your feet and swing away. Share great times and make new friends. Racquetball is fun that never ends.
So just a little piece of our cool new Racquetball Revival video with the racquetball song that was produced by the Leon Thomas Group and interns along with AI.
Amazing. Amazing. I love it.
Yeah, so
I
good
love it.
thing. Yeah. Now, when I asked you how things were going, you said like super groovy or something like that. Tell me about you. What's going on good?
Things are super. The fall semester is always so busy, but so fun. It's just, I don't know. I love the energy. But I need you to produce a tennis video for me. And I know tennis is not as great as racquetball, but I dropped my daughters off yesterday for their tennis lesson. And then I went and got some groceries, came back and checked on them. And I see my oldest just thriving, just glowing with happy energy and just really killing it on the court. And then I went around to check on my youngest, and she was just kind of sitting against the fence, playing with some flowers. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? And she goes, just not feeling it today. I was like, have you just been sitting here this whole time? She goes, yeah, just hanging out. I said,
Oh my.
all right, well, enjoy the fresh air. I'll pick you up in 30 minutes.
Yeah. I'm just not, but I'm not feeling it today. Then
Feeling it
maybe
today.
that's just today, right?
Well,
And
I
the
mean,
next time she'll be back in it, right? And feeling it.
we'll see you next week. And I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what? You're outside. You're happy. Let's
Hmm.
go with it.
Let's go with it. Let's go with it. No pressure at all. Let's go with it. And your other daughter is thriving. So that's great. That's great. And
100%. Yeah.
yeah, tennis is cool. My oldest son played tennis in high school and college. Yeah.
I mean, it looks great. I keep trying to get them to teach me how to play. And they like, no, mom, go take a lesson. I'm like,
Oh
oh, all
wow.
right.
Wow. Wow, that's rough there. Folks, what about you? Folks that are watching, listening to the show, what's your sport? Tennis, racquetball, baseball, basketball, football, running? What's your thing? What is your sport? If anyone comments with pickleball, you will get a response from me. All right, you will get a response. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can contact me or Miranda. You can send me an email. That's Leon at theleonthomasgroup.com. And we'll make arrangements for you to be on the show. Maybe you know someone that wants to be on the show. And Miranda, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
You can literally just type my name into your search engine. You could probably just type Miranda Kitterlin. I really, really don't think you're going to find anybody else.
Well, there we go. And we're still waiting for that other Miranda Killen Lynch to show up. We're waiting
Yes.
waiting on that.
Yes.
All right. And you can listen to us on podcast platforms and all kind of things. And if this is your first time watching the show, go back wherever you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever it is. Go back and look at some past episodes as well. So some good information here. All right, tell us about our guest. It's time to bring our guest on.
Yeah, let's just
Let's
have her
do that.
introduce herself. This is the way I love to let people control their first impressions. Hi, thank you so much for being with us.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. Before I jump into all the questions I have for you, share with us who you are and what you do.
Sure. So my name is Annamarie Sisson. I am a lecturer here at Edinburgh Napier University in the United Kingdom. Yeah, that's a bit about me. Prior to being in Edinburgh, I was teaching in Florida at the University of Florida, and then briefly in Connecticut as well. And I kind of made the jump over the pond to the United Kingdom. So I've been here going on my third year at the moment.
That is so cool. I have students ask me all the time about moving to other countries for employment, rather in industry or academia. And you've actually done it. And I think that is just what a cool adventure to embark on.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of those moments where you get the opportunity and you kind of say to yourself, why not?
Yeah.
And why not kind of got me here. And I'm really appreciative that I actually took that leap, because it is scary, but you can get there.
That's amazing. And would you share a little bit about your industry background prior to going into academia?
Yeah, so I spent about, oh my gosh, almost 20 years in the hotel industry. So the majority of my industry experience was with Intercontinental Hotels, and then also with Kimpton Hotels before they merged. So that kind of dates me. I won't really state my age at the moment, but that's most of my industry experience. And that was in Michigan, Illinois, briefly in Ohio, and then in Florida.
You've moved around a lot then, right? Michigan, Indiana, what'd you say? Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Florida, right?
Yeah,
And
I have.
Connecticut, and now Edinburgh.
Yeah, I am one to move around, I suppose, but hopefully I am settled here now. But yeah, I like to enjoy different places in the States as well as here.
Uh-huh. Now, tell me about your international move, right? So you pick up from Florida and you go across the pond. Had you visited the United Kingdom before, or anywhere else in Europe prior to that, or was this your first experience overseas?
Yeah, that's a great question. It came at a time that I wasn't really expecting it. So what had happened was I was presenting some research at a conference over here for hospitality educators. And the host of that conference was Edinburgh Napier University in Scotland. And I had kind of traveled around Scotland a couple weeks before the conference, because why not? And on the last day of the conference, I was approached by some of the staff at the host organization, and they said, I think we've got some openings coming up. Would you like to apply? And I was completely blindsided. I had no idea. And I said no. I initially thought I was truly happy where I was in the US, and I really enjoyed my position as an assistant professor. But on the last day of the application, I thought, why not? Why not try it? I had no reason not to. And there was something about being at that conference and experiencing the host organization that I really enjoyed the staff and I really enjoyed the faculty. So put my name in the hat, and about 3 days later, the outcome came that I was a finalist for the position. So just went for it.
Right on. Now let me ask you something before we go back to Miranda. Where did you attend college?
So I did my bachelor's in Michigan at Western Michigan University. I did my master's at Roosevelt University in Chicago.
No way! Shut up! Really?
Oh yeah, downtown.
Oh,
Absolutely.
wow! No, I've never heard of it, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and then I thought that was it for me. I thought getting a master's was it. I was just going to work in the industry, and then
Yeah.
almost 20 years later, I thought, oh, let me go back and get a PhD, and I got that at Kansas State University.
Oh, right on. Okay,
Yeah.
you did good, good, nice stuff. Well, I was looking for a sports tie-in, right? Because I'm a racquetball coach. We talk sports some on the show, and I was looking for that sports tie-in. And when you said Western Michigan, I'm like, I don't even know the mascot. You said Roosevelt, I'm like, never heard of it. I know nothing about it. Then you said Kansas State, definitely not good in not like the nationally known team in football or basketball. So I'm like, oh well, let's move on. Go to Miranda. So there we go.
I don't even think that Roosevelt University has a mascot.
Oh, wow.
They don't have any sports teams and they don't have a mascot. Well, that's when I was there, which was decades ago. But
Yeah. How funny. So, what do you see as being different in terms of hospitality and tourism from the States to where you are now? Any state in the States?
yeah, okay, so that is a great question because it is vastly different between the States and here. I would say that there's a much greater focus on sustainability. Over here in the United Kingdom, per the government rules, there's lots of regulations in the EU as well as the UK that is really focused on, net zero and net negative by the end of this year, actually. So we have a huge focus on sustainability, and being in the city of Edinburgh, I mean, it's the city of festivals. So we're always trying to better what we're doing as far as event design and delivery. So I think that's one of the biggest differences is that focus on just ecological traveling.
How do you see that play out in terms of operations? So I would guess the easy ones are limited single-use items, probably mandatory reuse of linens. What other ways might you see that difference actually play out for operators?
It kind of extends into almost everything we do. So if it's restaurants, it's focused on food waste and reusing food as much as possible, even down to like 3D printing of food at the moment. And then in hotel operations, it's more the focus on eco-friendly travel options, with trains and buses and group transport. So there's a high focus on not traveling about the country in your own particular vehicle, but they have the infrastructure to do it. So it actually makes it work a little bit easier. And I think that at any given point, like we're focused on our sustainable development goals or our SDGs, which is, all throughout the EU and the UK. So whatever we do, even in academia, we have to align ourselves with an SDG goal of any number of them. So it's a really high priority and people actually really take it seriously. So it's nice to see that where it's kind of a commonality here.
Yeah, that's very cool. Sorry, Leon, I just have to ask, 3D printing food. Tell me more. Like what
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just using like food waste in pulp form. So if, for example, like last week, I'm actually doing a project on creating cookies versus 3D printing, and we took lemon pulp, and we saved up lemons in the restaurant for weeks on end, and then we put it down into a pulp, and then you kind of like extract it into a little tube, mixed with some like gelatin, and then other ingredients such as flour and sugar and things like that. But then you can, print out. I printed like this little Superman logo, a lemon cookie last week. So it works. It's, yeah.
I have no.
What?
That's amazing. I'm
Yeah,
embarrassed that I didn't know that this was happening.
it's a bit of a struggle to get, there's an overhead cost to it, obviously, with the 3D food printer, but you can actually get a really small 3D food printer for a couple $100 or a couple £100 for just one-time use kind of thing. It's not going to make you mass production of food, but at least you can say that you're moving forward in a sustainable way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, Leon, go ahead.
Um, I gotta tell you, I pulled up another another Google tab to check this out, and you said you can get a printer for like $200-300. I'm thinking, Miranda, we do it, right? Forget checking in. That's nothing. We're going all in on this. And Annamarie, you can be our first international partner, or we can be your first international partner, your partner in the US on this. This is great stuff.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah, this is amazing. Now, I do want to share a screen to go back to part of what we were talking about regarding Roosevelt University. Let me go ahead and bring that up. They are the Lakers.
Okay. All right.
They are the Lakers, and they have a bowling team. They do have a bowling team, among other sports. There's a basketball, baseball, and they do have bowling. I
Ah,
was on the bowling team at Robert Morris University, so that's kind of a special thing to me.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
where I would excel, the bowling team.
Well, your daughters won't teach you how to play tennis,
I know, right?
right?
Amazing.
Annamarie, you told us, some about your background, where you worked, and all that. Tell us about one of the industry jobs that you had that was like, this is really cool. This is so much fun. Tell us about one of those really fun experiences at work. What position was it?
I mean, I've had lots of fun experiences. I think the hospitality industry in and of itself is fun. But I used to be a night auditor in Tampa, Florida. And while some of it was not so pleasant, I do think that oftentimes I would see lots of interesting characters come through the doors late at night.
Mhm.
There was one year that we were hosting the Super Bowl in Tampa, and everywhere in the city was sold out and beyond sold out. So I think just seeing who comes through the door every day, especially if it's very late at night or they're looking for a room, and I kind of speak to them and say, it's the Super Bowl. You're never going to get a room.
Right,
You've
right.
done that for a year in advance. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think Night Auditor was probably a lot of fun just because I got to learn a lot of the financial parts of the
Mhm.
hospitality industry, but also just the characters.
Yeah.
The characters, right? That was my first industry job also, as a night auditor at Hampton Inn number 100 in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. Yep, working as a night auditor, and you're right. You get the characters come in, particularly Friday night, Saturday night. Ooh, yeah,
Mhm.
it was
Yeah.
great, but it was a lot of fun also. Yeah, I'm with you. Night auditors, and we're wearing the same colors too.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
yes, yes, right on, right on. We're all good. Miranda, go ahead. Let's do. You take one more. Let's do one more conversation piece, and then we'll go to our ending, our signature question.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to ask you if you have any solid advice based on your experience for people who want to make that same leap that you've made in leaving wherever they are currently are and going into another country. What have you learned along the way that would be a helpful tip or trick?
Yeah, I mean, the transition period, it's going to be ups and downs. Anytime you're moving, even within a state or within a city, there's always a huge transition period. But I do often tell people, like, if you're serious about it, really consider the alternative, but don't be scared because it's a different life choice, and who knows, it could actually be a better opportunity for you. So I never shy away from telling people to take that leap, but to take the opportunity that's given to them. Um, there's always been struggles. I even after 3 years or 2 years of being here into my third year, there's lots of differences. There's lots of things to get used to. There's lots of culture and community and just ways in which people live that are quite differently. But I also find it really engaging, and that's what I find fun about it is to learn about it, but understand that this is my new home, and I've got to make it work where I live. And it really has been kind of a seamless transition for me, and I know that's not the same for everybody else, but it's worthwhile. It really is worthwhile to do it.
That's fantastic. Leon, can I cheat and have one more question?
Of course, right on.
Okay. I would be remiss if I did not ask you to tell us about the big event that you have coming up.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. So Edinburgh Napier University is hosting the 44th annual conference just in 3 weeks' time. It starts on 22nd of October. Our website is istte.org. It's the International Society of Travel and Tourism Educators. We are a small group, but we are quite mighty. And this year's conference, being the 44th, we are representing 15 different countries. So we're really proud of this initiative. And then in 2026, our conference will be in Breda in the Netherlands. So Breda of Applied Sciences. So check that out if you have the opportunity. Yeah, we're really looking forward to that conference this year.
Awesome.
Okay,
All right.
right
Thank
on.
you.
Right on. Sure. I hope it goes well. Annamarie, we're nearing the end of the show. It is now time for the 2 signature questions of the show.
Okay.
There are actually 3 questions. We're just
He
too
doesn't want to
cheap.
redo the video.
I'm ready for 2 or 3.
All right, here we go. I'll give you 2. Number 1, have you ever had a Maryland crab cake?
Oh my gosh.
And that could be regular or through a 3D printer, either or. Have you ever had a Maryland crab cake?
You know what? I cannot say that I've ever had a Maryland crab cake.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
missing
safe
out.
answer. It's a safe answer.
Right.
You want to tell her why it's a safe answer?
No. Here's the thing, right? There are folks that are in Kansas, right? And the menu at the restaurant says Maryland crab cake. That's not a Maryland crab cake. You're in Kansas, right? That's a Kansas crab cake, not a Maryland crab cake. One of our shows, we had a guest on before the show starts, and we were talking about. He found out that I lived in Baltimore, where I am, and he said, "Oh, I had a Maryland crab cake the other day. Where at?" At a rib joint in Kansas City. Shut up! That's not a Maryland crab cake. It isn't. Stop saying that. And so it became a question.
I have to agree with you. I would not trust a crab cake from anywhere in Kansas.
Yeah, right.
Right on. Thank you. That's the part we're going to pull out. That'll be the short loop right there. I'll have to agree with you. I'll have to agree. I would not trust a Kansas crab cake either. Okay. Here's the second one. I'm gonna. All right. I have an answer in here in my head, and I promise I will not change it because I know what your answer to this question, Annamarie, is going to be. Okay. In fact, I'm going to text our producer, Dr. J, right now with what I say the answer to this question will be. I just sent it. Have you ever had bean pie?
Oh my gosh, bean pie. I wouldn't even be able to describe what it is. So no, I haven't.
Leon, were you wrong?
I was wrong. I texted yes.
I feel like I'm failing you on
I
all of these
texted
questions.
yes. I thought you, because of your experiences and where you've lived and just your overall experiences. I said yes. Anna Marie has definitely had a bean pie. So then you could tell Miranda that bean pie actually exists. She doesn't even think it's real.
I'm afraid I've not heard of it,
What do
and
you like?
yeah.
What even comes to mind? Because when he tells me about this stuff, I'm like, is it an empanada, like a black bean empanada? Like, because I live in South Louisiana, so I've had a crawfish pie, a meat pie, a tomato pie, but a bean pie. What is this? And he keeps trying to convince me that this is a real thing and that it's a sweet treat.
Oh yeah. See, I'm envisioning like a short crust pie with beans on it, and I can't say I've ever even heard of it. And my school
Right?
is from Louisiana as well, so
Think like a pumpkin pie since we're in that season. That's a bean pie. So take the pumpkin out, put navy beans in it, and you have a bean pie. That's it. That's what it is. Miranda once compared it to Bigfoot, right? Would you say I've heard of Bigfoot?
I've heard it, I've never seen it, so I don't believe it.
That was a great
I
line.
yeah, I'm
Great
with you
line. I
there on
love
that.
that. I love that line.
I will tell you though that I have made brownies for my kids out of black beans to try to sneak in extra fiber. Um, Immediately it was a no. They're like, I don't know what this is. What are you doing? Are you trying to kill me?
That's why they won't teach you tennis. You're
That's
feeding them
They're
bean pie.
holding some animosity towards me.
But I've never heard of
Yeah.
that. Putting beans in the brownies. That's a new one for me. I never heard of that. How
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, your kids have lost all trust in you.
all of it. Yeah, they'll never believe another thing that I say.
But this has been an educational show for me in terms of culinary knowledge. The food printer and a little bean in the brownies. I like it. Right on.
All right, Anna Marie, I've got the easy one to close us out. If you could go back and give your 20-year-old self one piece of advice, pearl of wisdom, or affirmation, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. That's a really good question. Uh, I would say, don't work in hospitality, but that's a really bad answer though, because I love this industry, but it's also really taxing on people. Yeah, I would probably say just continue to go for those chances and those opportunities.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I wish I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self, calm down, stop taking all the opportunity. Maybe just think about it.
Yeah, I live a much slower pace of life here, so I am able to now say no to a lot of things, which is helpful.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. This has been so good. Leon, you're still thinking about bean brownies, aren't you?
I'm thinking about bean brownies, and I'm also thinking about how quickly I could get a 3D food printer delivered. I'm yeah.
You're completely checked out on us and you're just searching the internet.
I am
For
just searching the net. I am ready. This has been great. I never heard of either of those, and I love it. I love it both. So thank you for providing information. This is solid stuff.
this is
This
Well,
is
y'all
awesome.
have schooled me too on both Maryland crab cakes and bean pie, so I'll also be doing my research tonight.
I love it.
racquetball or pickleball.
Racquetball. I used to play racquetball. Yeah.
Where did you play racquetball?
I used to play in Clearwater, Florida. I had a partner that we played probably twice or three times a week, and she would school me every single time, but I still loved it.
Oh, wow.
Anytime you want to come on the show, send us an email. It's a definite. We don't need much lead time at all. If there's anything I can ever help you with, let me know. Just drop me a line. You're a racquetball player. Yes.
Yeah, I'm afraid my racket did not make it over the pond, but I could probably get one
I
here.
I bet
I
Nathan
have
has
access to them. Like, give me the address. Here's one right here. If you let me know, we can get them to you. Oh, that is great to hear. A racquetball player. Yes,
Awesome.
love it. Thank you.
Annamarie, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. This is going to be so informative, not just to us, but anybody listening. And it's always a pleasure. And I hope that you guys have a great conference. I know it's probably going to be amazing. And you're going to be really, really glad when it's done, I'm sure, because I know how much work goes into it.
Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to it, but I will also be glad it's over. And it is my pleasure. Absolute two legends that I've been able to talk to. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thanks for being with us. Right on. Great. Great episode. Good conversation there, Miranda. Yeah. I like it. I like it. So the thing that I'm thinking about here is the move, right? All the different places that Anna Marie lived in the States, and then making the move across country, across the world, right, across the pond. I hope that that gives folks that are thinking, I can't move to a different city, I can't move a different country, right, different state, that you can do this um, and have some success in life. I hope
Yeah.
folks see that, right?
Yes. And don't
That's the
close
big
your
thing.
mind to destinations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Keep them open, looking forward to it. Right on. And I'll let you know how those brownies turn out, because that's number one. I'm not a baker. All right. So whatever happens there, I will let you know. But
Okay.
thanks again, folks. Thanks to everybody for watching, checking in. Again, contact me or Miranda if you'd like to be a guest on checking in. Thank you to our producer, Dr. Jay Rasenko. Thanks to everyone for watching, and we will see you next time.